Chris from Party Cannon, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show.
Hey Chris, mate, how's things up in sunny Scotland?
Not sunny, anyway. That's one way to describe it. It's starting to get winter here. It's pitch black all the time. House is icing over. So standard Scotland, to be honest.
Nice. And you've just told me, just off the recording, that you're concerned about people not understanding you. So I'll make sure that I tell everyone that to prepare themselves for this chat with you. How have things been during the whole pandemic for you, personally?
Honestly, not too bad. I've been able to work from home and things like that. Obviously, a lot of things I enjoy and give them a purpose haven't been around.
Yeah.
But so no gigs or anything like that. Band practice, everything's kind of done digitally. But in the grand scheme of things, compared to a lot of other people, I didn't have it too bad.
Good, cool.
My job let me work from home. I could communicate with band members. I'm living with other people. So it's not like I was isolated. It's not like I lost my job.
Yeah.
So, well, it did suck in ways. I'm quite grateful for the position I was in, because I know some people who had it quite bad during the pandemic and it wasn't good. They were not getting help they needed and things like that.
Of course, mate. So it's music-wise, it's quite cool to be chatting with you on the week you announced your new album, Volumes of Vomit, which is out on January the 14th. Are you buzzing to be getting this out?
Yes, finally. It's been, our first album came out in 2015, and there's been a lot of delays getting this one out. So I'm quite happy to finally have this. I don't want to say off my shoulders, because I'm quite proud of it and I enjoyed doing it. But if it came out when I wanted it to come out, it'd be quite a few years old by now.
Yeah. So it was quite old album for you guys, is it?
In a way. Some of the material we've had for a few years. Some of the material we wrote for it ended up being on an EP.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of been circumstantial, really. We've always wanted to have new music out before we go touring, but our music takes quite a while to write and practice and rehearse.
Yeah.
So we're okay. We could release 5 songs and have something to go to America with, or we could rush 9 songs, and we don't really want to do it that way. So it's been a process. And the goal has always been an album, but we kind of circumstances, like I said, ended up doing like EPs and splits and some singles here and there.
Yeah.
But happy to finally have another album out, like a proper album.
So on a side note, what's the worst vomit event you've ever had to deal with?
I've had to deal with, oh God, man. Our old guitar player was very good at throwing up inconveniently.
Inconvenient. What, in the tour bus?
Yeah. Just anywhere like did not need to throw up or shit himself, he would manage it. God, man.
Now, you said in your press release that you've really taken it too far this time. You've got to elaborate for me. I need to know why.
It's bad for your brain, man. The album is just very, very bad for your brain. It's everything we kind of like about extreme metal taken to the next level. So all the breakdowns are just way dumber. All the fast parts are just way faster. The noises our vocalist makes are more inexplicable. Some of the ideas and patterns we come up with are just it's just nonsense. Qual is nonsense, but it's great at the same time. It's just just over the top, really dumb music, man.
So I saw some kind of like pig squealing. I saw something on the Instagram. I saw and some other noises that are going on. I can't wait to hear this, man.
I think it's kind of been a working process. He's kind of gradually been able to make weirder and weirder noises and kind of expand the library of kind of like animal sounds. It's like, right, the more noises you can make, the better. Because all the bands we kind of grew up listening to just made like obscene noises, and that was kind of the fun of extreme metal as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like percussive in a way, but it's more kind of pick sounds and more kind of wobbly sounds, kind of really moist, really sounding things he does. It's we've kind of really amped that kind of stuff up for this album. There's way more just snorts and pig squeals than this time.
Can you imagine what it's like in his car when he's alone, or in the shower when he's on his own? Christ.
Fuck, I know it's like when he's with us, so I can't imagine that.
Now, how do you like to write? Are you writing with the tongue firmly in cheek? Does it come easy to you?
Yeah, it's very natural, man. Like, when we first started the band, obviously we like all the serious death metal and stuff, but me myself, something about I don't think I could go on stage or put out things I couldn't really just do like super serious gore lyrics and kind of. I know bands do it kind of tongue in cheekly as well, but for me it's like I kind of found it more relatable to like when I was like punk bands and stuff, and it kind of said about real life, and the songs were still serious, but the subject matter was a bit more relatable and a bit more tongue in cheek. So I kind of want to incorporate that into like, really extreme music.
Yeah.
Same way, like, grindcore bands and bands like that, Gentlemen, like power bands, things like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of more rooted in reality. It's kind of amusing, but it's not. It doesn't like take away from music. It just kind of adds to it. It's like another layer of enjoyment.
Yeah, of course. Have you ever had any flack from the metal community for kind of like taking the piss out of that scene and that, or is it always taken in good spirit?
Oh yeah, man. We've had plenty of flack. Not quite as much as I expected when it first came out, but yeah, and people just write us off as a joke immediately, which they're lost, I guess. People would say things like they're only popular because they have a logo.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
You'll get to
every band has a logo.
Yeah.
Some people, think we're like a clown themed band and stuff, but it's just obviously like if you did like 2 minutes of research, you'd figure out it's actually not the case.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, fuck it, man. Like, if these people aren't willing to put their aesthetics aside and just enjoy things for what they are, then I don't need them. They don't need them. They're listening out.
Yeah. Now, you love using film and TV quotes at start of tracks. Are these like random things you hear and go, yeah, that'll fit? Or are they from some of your favourite TV programmes, films? And can we expect it on the new album?
Oh, yeah. Definitely amped up samples in the album. Some were so obscene, so ridiculous, so obscure. Yeah. Some are kind of from like documentaries as well. They're just from certain deliveries and certain things, just kind of phrasing people use. I just think it's hilarious.
Like In-Betweeners, Peep Show, those kind of things in there.
Yeah, we've got some with Louis Theroux in a new one, with some just kind of awkward interviews from people. There's one sample of a wrestler, like I'm not really into wrestling, but someone linked me this clip and it's like, holy shit. And it's just a compilation of wrestlers putting up their lines and just saying horrendous things by accident. So I had to sample that because it's just the delivery. It's so serious. It's so deadpan, but the content is just so obnoxious and just so fucking horrible.
I love that. Go into it, mate. So recording-wise, do you all live quite close to each other in Dunfermline, and does that make it easier?
Well, only 3 of us actually live in Dunfermline now. The original lineup was in Dunfermline, but 2 members now live over in Motherwell and Glasgow, I believe.
Right, not a million miles away.
It's not a million miles away, but it's still a good hour. So every time we want to rehearse, it's like an hour drive and stuff. So we still practice twice a week, though, because, I mean, we do a lot of gigs, a lot of touring and stuff, so it's still kind of important for us to be in a room and play each other. But it's quite convenient, though, with like technology things. I can just write out ideas on Guitar Pro in like a MIDI format, send it to my drummer. He can go to his drum kit in his garage, still like a kind of mini studio setup there. He can play along to the ideas there. Then when we actually come to rehearse, we have like things to bring to the table. We have a kind of shared idea where things are going. And if I say someone sends an idea, and straight away like, I know this could be better this way. They can just edit it there and then. By the time we go into the studio, it's already done. So it saves quite a lot of fucking around because it's like an hour drive for me and an hour drive back. So it's kind of saving time.
Yeah.
It's making streamlining things I have to do. So
were you all friends before the band, or did you become friends from the band? How did it all come together from the history side?
Kind of. So the original lineup, we all kind of knew each other from our local bands and kind of just living close to each other. The Dunfermline does not really have a big metal scene. So the original Park kind of lineup was kind of an amalgamation of 2 of like 4 metal bands in Dunfermline. Yeah, so it's really weird. It's quite convenient. We all kind of lived within like a short walk from each other. Like a vocalist, 2 guitars, a bassist, and a drummer. It's kind of mad. But as time went on and members just dropped out and stuff, and we got rid of some people. Since we started playing around country more around the UK, we kind of got to know other people and kind of knowing they'd be a good fit for when we needed them.
Yeah.
So our new guitar, or I say new guitars, he joined in 2013 as sort of drummer. We knew them from other bands as well, so kind of just expanded our network. We knew they'd be a good fit. So we did know them casually, but yeah, when I actually joined a band, that's when you really get to know someone and knowing like an actual good person to be in a band with.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, brutal party slam, I love this genre, right? So it conjures up so many images in my head. How else have people categorized you?
Comedy rock, that is one I disagree with.
Comedy rock, right, yeah.
Our is kind of span, like it's mainly brutal death metal, but also goes from like gore grind, porno grind, kind of hardcore, things like that, even on a kind of extreme spectrum. So some people think we're like a gore grind band, some people think we're like a porno grind band, other people think we're just like brutal thrash or something, which is fair enough. Some people think we're like a deathcore band. I don't really hear it, but that's cool. If they like it, then that's what I associate with. That's all fine. It's all extreme music at the end of the day.
What do you prefer?
In my head, if I was to be very pedantic about it, I'd say it's brutal slamming death metal mixed with mid-90s gore grind.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now, you've developed a cult following from that popular meme that went round. Now, did you know this kind of thing would happen when you sorted out your logo and the name of the band? I mean, I love seeing your logo on the festival posters. It brings a smile to my face every time. What is with the name and logo, and was all that in mind when you designed it?
So it was a bit of a stroke of accidental genius in a way, because that meme that went around the Bay Area Death Festival one, originally our logo was formatted to be the same color, and it was a few months after that tour we did, someone just, I don't know who it was, some random person on the internet recolored the logo and put it on Reddit, and that's when it went viral. That's when BuzzFeed picked up and stuff. So that was really bizarre. But a few times beforehand, it kind of had minor viral success just on different posters. Being like, what the fuck is this logo doing? Like, so these kind of standing ones. But that was never really an intention, man. Like, so the kind of bands we enjoyed growing up were like bands like Weekend Nachos, Neptune Gentlemen, bands like that that were still like extreme, but had we just started like shopping like obscene extreme and stuff. We've been to like Death Feast in Europe, and that all had like a really party vibe. So I just loved the idea of extreme music with party. Just kind of, it's fun. We found it fun, so we kind of wanted to really focus on the fun aspect. So it just kind of, party kind of happened, and then we just started talking about it. We all just kind of envisioned the logo just looking like that. It was never done as it's going to be funny to look at. It just kind of felt right. So it's really done us favors as well. Like, it's definitely made us more noticeable. People who don't like brutal death metal would give it a chance and discover they do like that kind of music.
I love the fact when you get a festival and they won't put the whole colour on. They make your logo black and white, and then some festivals just it's all black and white, and yours is just there like a Toys R Us shop.
Yeah, I'm with Damnation, which is actually happening this weekend. They usually put up the logo in black and white, and enough people complained finally it changes the colour.
That's brilliant. So what's a party? Yeah. So what's a Party Cannon show like? I'm yet to see you live.
It's a lot of running around, a lot of energy. We're trying to just make things like fun and obnoxious. So we bring a lot of inflatables to gigs. We encourage other people to bring inflatables. We like to just do like dumb shit in the audience. So I always encourage people to do push-ups, doing breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
Always get people like crowd surfing and stuff.
That's funny.
It's more just about, we try and do like a tight metal band and stuff, because some of our stuff's quite technical, but it's more about the vibe. It's more just having a good time. It's kind of like a release. It's kind of cathartic in a way. It's just about partying, really. Just go nuts.
Brilliant. So what's on the touring agenda? You got Damnation this weekend. What else is happening next year?
So at the moment, this weekend we're playing Damnation, which is like probably one of the biggest festivals we've ever played. It's going to be over 1,000 people at Leeds University. Damnation is like a staple of UK extreme metal. Yeah. So playing it is like a big honour as well. It's like a big names, a lot of pressure on us to do quite well there. But playing like Carcass as well, we're one of my favourite bands, so that's like an honour in itself.
Yeah, of course.
Then a few weeks later, we're playing Eradication Fest in Wales, and that's got all bands, and that'll be really good. Then we're doing a short Irish stint at the end of the month. That's just 2 dates. It's Belfast and Dublin. That's like a headlining run. Yeah. We've got a gig in Manchester, and it's like Badger Fest, or kind of runoff of Badger Fest in December. Then next year, we've got quite a few things planned. We're definitely going back to America. Amazing. It's not been announced yet, but we've got quite a long American run coming up, which hopefully by the time this goes out might be announced, but if not, I can't give them details. Getting back to Europe, we're on quite a few European festivals as well. We've got another UK headline run in the works for maybe June.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it'll be good.
Busy. Now you've done a fair bit of touring, festivals and shows. Being so immature, you must have some funny stories for me.
I think the worst story I can. Yeah, so back to our old guitar player. Yeah, we played this festival in Dingwall. I know you mentioned you've been to a few places in Scotland before, but have you ever been to Dingwall? It's like way past Aberdeen.
Yeah, I know it, yeah.
It was like a death metal festival taking place in a tea room. The tea room doubled up as like a community library. And this guy was like, oh, I'm going to book a bunch of insane death metal bands to play there. And we got stuck in like terrible traffic. And we just pulled him away by like, oh, just wait till it calms down. But our guitar player was like on board. And every time he got on board, he's like, he just needs to get out to some kind of fucking random shit. So he found his wheelie bin and he kind of pulled over himself and just started hitting profusely into it. And making eye contact with other drivers when they're going by, just kind of doing this, like staring them out. So there was that. That's been pretty bad.
Funny, mate. That's funny. So let's have your metal. Let's have your metal and non-metal musical influences. Are there any guilty pleasures in there? Anything from the past? Anything current?
Man, nothing to guilty pleasure. I can enjoy everything. Outside of bro, that's all. My main thing is like dance music, like gabber, things like noise kick.
Gabber,
I like
Christ.
hardstyle, like old, like
Drill
things
and
like
bass.
Scooter and Hard Fist and stuff like that. Oh, that stuff's good. I'm really into kind of like twinkly, sad boy indie stuff like American Football and Mineral, Old Block Party and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But as the metal spectrum go, I'm mostly just into the kind of really brutal stuff. But I've always been on a kind of old school Henry kick recently as well. So Iron Maiden have always been a favorite band. We're playing this festival next year called Mannerfest, which is an amazing lineup. It's a bit different from us, but it's a bunch of really old school heavy metal bands. There's bands like Accept from Germany playing,
Brilliant.
and like Overkill.
Yeah, awesome.
So that's going to be fun. So we've been listening to kind of a lot of that. But yeah, as far as kind of brutal metal goes, New Awakening is our album. They're friends of ours, and it's been a long time coming. That album's amazing.
Yeah.
It might be one of the best slamming death metal albums I've heard in a long, long time.
Yeah.
New Cenotaph album, that was incredible as well. Really kind of bizarre touch death metal.
What about other guilty pleasures? Anything like ABBA or Gabba? It's Gabba, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but I like ABBA as well, man. I went to see Steps not too long ago as well.
wow. Can you imagine that? Christ. You actually went to see...
That was fucking amazing.
Did you? Were you doing Tragedy with the hands at the side of the face? Seriously, what's the most serious you've had to be in the band?
The most serious I've had to be in the band. I cannot manage the band as it is, but to point, so kind of all the financial decisions, all the touring stuff has always kind of come under my remit. It's always been me having, like, I say it as if I'm like bird of this, but not, like, it's just technically planning these things. I think the most kind of serious is we've had to like kick a band member out and things like that. It's always kind of, because they're your friends at the end of the day. So when you start doing things that harms the band, as like a big part of your friendship, so
yeah, I understand.
having to kick those people out is like kind of a limb in a way. Like I know I was talking about our guitar player being metal and stuff, but he's like one of my best friends. When we had to get rid of him, that was like a very serious thing. He had some stuff going on in his life that was quite serious. That needed a lot of discussions.
Yeah.
So getting rid of him, that was difficult.
I can believe it. Now here's an interesting.
Was final drummer twice.
Oh really?
Quite bad.
Christ. So how many band changes have you had over the years?
I think we've had about 13 or 14 members so far.
Wow, that's some history.
Yeah, man. So the solid lineup from start has been me, Craig, and Stoney. So I play bass, Craig's a guitarist, and Stoney's a vocalist. Yeah. We're the three original remaining members. But when we kicked our drummer out the first time, we had a slew of fill-in drummers for ages. We had people join and leave because they didn't quite realise as a golf party again. It was fun. Just get hammered and stuff and play drums. Like, oh no, it's a lot of arson. Like playing death metal drums is difficult, man.
Yeah, your drummer's mint. Your drummer's mint.
What you might think of maybe.
He's a great drummer.
Oh man, he's in like fucking we're really lucky to have him in the band because there's not a lot of people who play like pull all that kind of style of drumming in the UK alone.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It's a godsend to have him in the band.
Now, here's an interesting one. I've watched a segment on Revolver with a bunch of people discussing the heaviest riff of all time. You know, that whole stink face thing. What do you think is the heaviest riff of all time?
Heaviest riff of all time is the first slam riff in Engulfing Excruciation by Defeated Sanity. Hands down, heaviest song of all time. A lot of people say things like Domination by Pantera, and fair enough, but no. Engulfing Excruciation by Defeated Sanity. Spotify that right now. That'll blow your minds. It's easily the heaviest song written ever. I don't care how many like traditional metal points I'll lose by saying that. That is fact. That is undeniable scientific fact. Heaviest song ever.
I love it, mate. I love it. Finally, one more question, mate. What is the most used emoji in your phone?
Definitely an Italian hand sign one. As soon as that came up,
it's a classic, isn't it? I love that one. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a classic.
Probably that or the peach emoji. One of those two, man.
I thought with the vomit one. It's going to be the vomit one now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely coming to play.
It's definitely up there, top 10.
Yeah, usually my friends just send pictures of them vomiting, so that kind of surpasses the need for an emoji.
They're on your album covers, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's all been included. I had a backlog of stuff I go from, man. But the album cover went really well. The way we did the album cover and the whole sleeve is we actually did this campaign where we got our fans to send in pictures of them partying and throwing up. We got over 200 submissions. So the more you go through an album cover, the more pictures of people being sick you will see.
That's hilarious, man. Chris, thanks so much for the chat. I'll be pointing everyone towards...
Just on, man. Pleasure.
I'll be pointing everyone towards your new release in Jan. Good luck with that, and I'll see you on the road next year, I hope.
Yep, thanks a lot, man. Hopefully see you soon.
Disgusting!